99X and Talking Heads. It's Barnes and Leslie. We have a big pizza battle going on right now. We need your vote. It is the Pizza Rushmore. Had no idea so many people would get that fired up.
Oh, I did.
Or grilled
People get fired up about their pizza.
Yeah. So we have a ballot, and we can easily get it to you if you don't see it in social media. We can just text it to you. Send a text with pizza. Just text pizza to 470-741-9999. We will send you back a ballot. Voting will end on Tuesday at 7. So go ahead and grab that ballot so we can get everyone represented, and we'll find out who are the 4 best pies in Atlanta with our Pizza Rushmore. I don't know what's going on this weekend. Not a lot.
Barnes.
Anything?
Barnes. The countdown clock is on for the Oscars and the red carpet.
So that is a movie emergency in our book. So welcome Matt Goldberg on. Hey, Matt, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks, guys, for having me on.
You know, Matt, we have so many questions for you.
Oh, I'm happy to answer them.
Get into it with a little preview. I was surprised to see that it costs $56.8 million to put on the Oscars.
I can believe that.
I can believe that. It's and ABC has put in a lot of money to have those rights, and they're going to have them through the 100th Oscars. So for them, it seems like they love being in that business.
Just didn't realize it was that much. So what are the hottest storylines of the weekend?
I would say right now, when it comes to Best Picture, you can sort of lock in Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
It is unbeatable. And usually there's a sort of a front runner and then sort of a stalking horse. That's sort of a film that could come up and topple it. Not this year. There's no clear alternative to Oppenheimer winning Best Picture, Best Director, Best Supporting Actor, it's going to run the table. Best Actor, I would say very good. Well, look, there's a slight chance Paul Giamatti could pull it out, but I think Cillian Murphy is still probably going to win that one.
Hold on, so it's going to sweep every category?
Not every category, but it's going to win quite a few awards. I think it's going to be having a pretty big night.
Leslie, didn't Jimmy say that he thought Barbie was going to win Best Picture?
Jimmy's texting me saying I think Barbie should win. I'm like, what?
No chance.
I loved Barbie, but not over Oppenheimer.
I mean, Barbie will probably win Best Song. It'll get Billie Eilish her second Oscar for What Was I Made For? And it might win like production design, which is very good, but it's not going to win Best Picture.
But they had to find areas for Barbie.
I don't know if they had to find. I think it's a very successful film.
I know, but they had to figure out where does it shake out.
I think there's a way to recognize it, but it's not going to be in the Best Picture category.
Now, Matt, you said Cillian Murphy. I thought it was Cillian Murphy.
Is it Cillian Murphy? Oh, gosh, the Irish are going to come after me now.
Because I'm a Peaky Blinders fan. But a lot of people, I love Paul Giamatti, love The Holdovers, but I think with Cillian being in every single scene in Oppenheimer, I thought he was brilliant in that. The other sort of, I think, race is actually for Best Actress, Lily Gladstone or Emma Stone.
Now, this is definitely going to be one of the tighter races of the night. Emma Stone won the BAFTA award, which is like the British Oscars. Lily Gladstone won the SAG award, so among her peers. It's going to be close. I think Lily Gladstone has this. However, if we want to talk about a dark horse candidate, do not count out Sandra Hüller for Anatomy of a Fall.
I love that movie.
Yeah, it's a great film, but the Academy has really become a more international organization over the past few years, and they may want to recognize Hüller, not just for Anatomy of a Fall, but also she was in another Best Picture nominee, The Zone of Interest. So that
would be very interesting, yes.
But for my money, I think this is Gladstone's year. I think I would put my money on her. Not that I think Emma Stone is fantastic, but I think the fact that she won an Oscar less than 10 years ago for La La Land, the Academy may be a little reluctant to award her again so soon.
Well, could the Stones cross themselves out for that other one to surge forward?
It is possible. You can sort of, that has happened where the sort of the votes, you have these two frontrunners and they sort of split the vote. We had that happen in 2002 where it looked like Jack Nicholson might win for About Schmidt or Daniel Day-Lewis might win for Gangs of New York, and it ended up going to Adrian Brody for The Pianist.
Hold on. Something you said is weird to me. You're saying that because she won an Oscar less than 10 years ago, they might, we can't give it to her again? I mean, why would they base it on that? I say that because Hilary Swank was on with us earlier this morning.
Mm-hmm.
She won her 2 Oscars within 3 years.
That can happen. I mean, Tom Hanks won Oscars back-to-back years, but I will also say the Academy has this thing where they like to, that narratives take hold, and they want to do this thing where it's like someone has to wait their turn. So
Right.
you look at DiCaprio, and he got nominated so many times, but it had to be The Revenant because then it was his time, even though arguably like he was much better in The Wolf of Wall Street.
Exactly.
You know, it's things like that. So these meta narratives take hold regardless of, you know, whether they like the performance or not.
We're talking to Matt Goldberg with the Atlanta Film Critics Circle about the Oscars. Now, here's a really important question for you, Matt. Is it Ken or Ryan Gosling that's going to perform? Is he going to get up there and is he going to be Ryan Gosling, the actor, or is he going to be Ken? We need to know this when he performs.
I think they're trying to keep that under wraps. If I were running the show, you have him in character as Ken.
You have to.
You have to. I mean, look at it this way. When they had, when the Lego movie was nominated for Everything is Awesome, they put Will Arnett in a giant Batman costume to have him sing his role. I mean, let's go all out. Let's not do half measures here. Let's have him perform as Ken.
If ABC is spending $56.8 million, you bet your ass you better put your Barbie clothes on, bro.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to get in front of that many people, he's got a lot to benefit, and people already love him for it anyway.
Right.
The red carpet, it's Vanessa Hudgens and Julianne Hough hosting?
I'm not sure. To me, the red carpet is sort of, I like looking at the fashions, and I sort of grit my teeth through the sort of the quick banter.
I think it depends on which red carpet, because there's the one on E that I watch, and then there's the one on ABC. So
right.
I'm assuming that's the ABC and Kimmel hosting it, of course, and I think he's great for it. What about the side stories that are popping out? Supposedly Bradley Cooper will show up and have Gigi Hadid on his arm.
I'm
going to Leslie. I didn't put that one on. I'm not putting that one on you.
Okay.
Matt.
Yeah. Thank you.
A lot of people make their relationships official on a red carpet. I think it might be too soon.
Oh, okay. That's what I was asking. Is that like a thing? Like if it's a certain part of the year, you reserve that for the red carpet?
Yeah, I think it might be too soon, although I am very curious about that relationship.
What other storylines, Matt, should we be looking for?
I would say if you're looking for some competitive categories, you'll want to look over at Best Adapted Screenplay, because that's where both Barbie and Oppenheimer are nominated. But neither one might win. It's looking like the frontrunner could be American Fiction in that category, because the screenwriting categories tend to go outside the box a little when they give out a winner.
There needs to be some surprises, though, because if it's just Oppenheimer sweeping, it's not going to make for a very exciting Oscar, even though I want it to win.
I want it to be exciting too, but I think this is sort of the pressure of running that $56 million show is you have to assume that even if every category is locked up and not a surprise for people who follow the race, you have to make an exciting show regardless. You have to sort of lean into the pageantry. You know, they're going to perform all 5 Best Song nominees, and I think that'll be great. And it's sort of then on Kimmel to make sure he has good bits and you have good comedy, but make sure the show isn't running long. So that's really a producing task more than, God, I hope there's some big upset that we don't know about.
Do you think there'll be any surprise presenters? Because sometimes they do that, where all of a sudden somebody's on stage and you're like, wow, we didn't see that coming.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there'll be some surprise presenters, probably for in the Best Picture category or Best Director. They might have like a really, huge legendary director hand out Best Director to Nolan, sort of a passing of the torch. So maybe Spielberg, presents that award.
All right. Well, the Oscars, mark your little show notes. It starts an hour earlier, 7 p.m. Eastern. And then Saturday night, of course, you've got to spring forward with the clock. So don't mess up your Oscar start time. Matt Goldberg, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Matt.
The Academy Awards this Sunday on ABC. This is 99X.